What kind of media institution might distribute your media product and why? I firmly believe that my magazine will be published independently, similar to the magazine analysed, Clash. This is largely because of the unconventionality of my product, which, as summarised from my textual analysis, I found was not a common trait of conglomerate-owned publications. I believe this is because magazines such as Enemy and Mojo largely exist to rake in a considerable profit for the company, and so comply to convention because should they not, other products owned by the conglomerate, dependent on such tent-pole franchises, may suffer. With independently owned magazines, though if they were to flop in sales it would of course have a negative effect on the producers, they have less to lose and are also usually small scale and closer, and so they are more inclined to follow their creative ideas through, to produce a product they feel proud to make, rather than suitable for mass audiences. I also feel this is an appropriate institution for the somewhat specialised genre of my magazine. As essentially the first outright rap and indie collaborative magazine, the audience is somewhat limited, and as seen in my textual analysis, independent publishers are more likely to house such niche magazines than conglomerates, partially because they are also capable of accessing the group of artists currently dominating the specific field, though they do not have the capabilities to access the most current artists from a broader range of genres. Though I was careful not to bombard the reader, the pages I have constructed of this issue of IL magazine clearly inform the audience that this publication can be enjoyed as a cross-platform media product. I decided to make my product technologically convergent considering both the culture of the age bracket I am targeting and the current technology valuing media industry, and would form a new independent publishing body, Freeline Media, similarly to Clash's publishing and distributing by Clash Music. I would then either use this newly formed independent publisher to also distribute my product, similarly to the publisher Microsoft and its vertically owned Xbox Live, or work with an existing indie publisher, such as Apple Newsstand. My 16 to 26-year-old audience is typically materialistic, and it is expected that each individual within this bracket will have access to a computer or a laptop, and a large percentage will additionally own internet-accessible smartphones. By making my product's content and additional content accessible through such devices, the product is made more efficient and accessible. The reader would only have to press a button on their smartphone or enter in a memorable address to access the content of the magazine, making it easier to enjoy on the go, and so the product complements the hectic lifestyle of the age bracket, as well as providing a backup should they misplace the magazine. A teenager is, after all, considerably less likely to forget their iPhone than a physical magazine. Another reason for this proposed digital distribution, linking into the next question, is that this magazine would only be physically distributed in Britain and America, meaning smaller audiences from other countries who may find the magazine appealing would otherwise miss out, and so I would be hindering my product circulation. I would ideally offer an internet subscription scheme, as well as a general website for the magazine, in the hope that this standard website would encourage the audience who cannot buy the physical magazine, or perhaps prefer web content, to pay the small consistent fee of a subscription in order to access more detailed and exclusive content.